You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
If you guys remember, what was this here, 2007? Duke Lacrosse players were actually accused of raping a black woman.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, man, the race hustlers like Al Sharpton came out the woodworks. Wasn't he around that woman? He was calling for these players to be disciplined and all this stuff.
I don't know if people can appreciate how big of a scandal this was back in the day. It was
massive.
It captured ESPN for 2 months. Everything was about Duke Lacrosse. It
ruined people's lives, man.
It ruined the coach. He was one of the best lacrosse coaches in the country, and he had to go off to some very small college, which, by the way, he's had a lot of success at. But it ruined careers. It did.
Yeah. And then we found out that no charges would actually be brought on the players. And now, almost 18 years later, guess what? The accuser is actually coming out now and saying she made it all up.
Yep.
False accuser in Duke Lacrosse rape case finally admits lie. I made up a story for validation. Wow. Now, if I remember, these lacrosse players are all white.
Yeah,
and
correct.
She is black. And there could be no charges actually brought upon her because statute of limitations is up. Correct. It was only like 2 years in North Carolina. I still believe that these players should file some type of a civil lawsuit against her.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Right here on Thursday, Crystal Madnam, the former stripper. Wow. She was a stripper. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And
well, that's how this happened.
Wait a minute. Current convicted murderer.
Oh, you didn't know she killed her boyfriend? She murdered her boyfriend. That's why she's in prison.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, confessed to lying about being raped in 2006 by Duke Lacrosse players. In a new interview, Madnam admitted she lied, and she said she made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. Wow. Here's a clip right here, guys. Let's go ahead and play this.
And I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And I hope that they can forgive me.
Nah, I ain't forgiving.
At all.
Nah.
God forgives. God forgives. Nah, if she ruined my life and now 18 years later, she want to come out and want forgiveness, nah, I ain't playing that.
I want retributions on that. I want justice. I want justice for the accused.
And I saw a little bit longer clip of that same interview. And you want to talk about lack of remorse? I was like, wow, she just don't give a rip. And did you know this? Her lawyer had gotten a hold of some evidence that would have the DNA evidence, and he decided to hold it and hide it.
What?
And he ended up, I believe, getting disbarred over it.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Look here.
Yeah.
This is actually, no, it was actually the DA. It says, during a March 2006 interview with CBS News, former Durham County DA Mike Nafong, who was the lead prosecutor in the case, said, quote, "There's no doubt a sexual assault took place and that it was racially motivated.
Yeah.
All three players were found innocent, but Madnam wasn't prosecuted for perjury due to questions about her mental health. However, she cannot be prosecuted now because the statute of limitations on perjury in North Carolina is only 2 years. The phone was disbarred in 2007 by the North Carolina State Bar for lying in court and withholding DNA evidence, which absolved the defendants. So, yeah, he got disbarred. Wow. This is crazy. Now, check this out. In 1993, when she's 14 years old, Madden claimed to have been kidnapped by 3 men and raped. However, the case was not pursued because she claimed she was afraid for her life.
Oh, boy.
Something's
fishy as hell there. Yeah.
Yes, definitely some fishy things right there. Definitely some fishy things.
I felt like I was on Hollywood Squares for a minute. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that case was, man, that was a huge scandal. I mean, a massive story back in the day. And kind of like people forget exactly how big of a story it was when that Ben Roethlisberger thing happened.
That was huge too.
That was huge. But it also shows you, look at the change of climate. ESPN didn't touch Deshaun Watson.
Exactly.
They stayed the hell away from that like it was the plague.
Rhodes, I'm wondering why they didn't touch Deshaun Watson.
Well, I can only think of one particular reason. They put his ass in a protective bubble. I mean, honestly, they wasn't touching it. Dude, let's be honest. I mean, I'll give Mike Florio credit. Pro Football Talk was the only actual media site that I know of that was really getting in on Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Who was covering it besides PFT and us? I mean, honestly.
This is how crazy the sports media landscape has changed. Everyone was destroying Michael Vick. Nobody defended him for the dog fighting ring. Nobody.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with race either. Nobody was screaming racism as far as I know. If that happened today,
oh shit!
I don't even think Michael Vick would have went to prison.
I think you may be right. I think you may be. That would have been in. Would that have been in Atlanta, in and around Atlanta?
No, I believe.
Where was it? Exactly.
Was it in Virginia? I think it was in Virginia, right?
It would have.
I think it was in Virginia.
A lot of it would have depended on what county it actually took place in. But yeah, you're right. It would be.
Yeah.
You know, and she is a reason. That lady we just talked about is the exact reason I gave the entire Michael Irvin thing a fuzzy eyeball when he got accused of that crap. You know, I know a lot of people were like, well, why do you think Deshaun did anything? Well, look, there's 100 fucking women tied to Deshaun Watson. At some point, you just got to throw up your hands and be like, I mean, that's a little too much smoke for me to ignore.
With all of them.
Yeah, actually, 30 lawsuits.
And that's still, I believe, like one more still lingering out there. Yeah, nobody believes Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
now, whether or not it was actual rape,
that's a good question. Yeah. But let's be honest. You're an NFL quarterback that's obviously done something you shouldn't have been doing a bunch of different times. Something, you know, that's not. You didn't see Peyton Manning doing that. You know, not like that. You don't see that.
Nope.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, before everybody goes racial, I don't remember Donovan McNabb doing that. I don't. Dante Culpepper, I don't remember that either. I didn't get that memo. Yeah. Wow. Just come out. No, yeah, it wasn't true. God, a bunch of people's lives got ruined around that Duke thing. It was crazy.
Yeah. A ton of them did, man.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.